When Ronald Reagan opened up his presidential library in 1991, he stated that he wanted it to be more than just a place for scholars to interpret the past. He wanted it to also be a place where policymakers debate the future. There is no better way to fulfill his mission than to hold presidential debates at his library. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation has currently hosted 4 debates at the Reagan Library. 2 during the 2008 election cycle, 1 during the 2012 cycle, and the one we recently held on September 16, 2015, in partnership with CNN. Crews and staff worked around the clock preparing for this past debate, bringing in 20 semi-trucks full of gear, 10 miles of cable, 10,000 square feet of staging, over 100,000 linear feet of data cabling, 150 lights, and of course, 300 pounds of Jelly Bellies.
So what you see behind me is the result of months of planning from dozens and dozens of people taking where we are, the Air Force One Pavilion, and turning it into a debate stage. Because I'm actually standing on air. I'm standing on scaffolding 3 stories high because the goal for us was to put the candidates with their podiums right up against Air Force One. If you think about it, the candidates for president are running to have an Oval Office, to have an Air Force One, and Ronald Reagan's Air Force One as the backdrop of a debate is really perfect. It's exactly what we were looking for.
Hosting a presidential debate is a monumental effort. Months and months of planning boil down to the 2 weeks leading up to the debate, when the overhaul of our property must be complete. From the debate hall staging, to the guest and staff credentials, to the candidate hold rooms, to the security preparedness, to the build-out of rooms for media to work. The Reagan Foundation has under 40 full-time employees, so it relied on part-time employees, volunteers, college students, and Reagan Library staff to prepare the property for the 15 candidates, the 600 debate attendees, and the over 500 members of the media that covered the event.
Well, welcome to the Reagan Foundation. We're just 2 days away from the upcoming presidential debate, and we're looking forward to it very much. President Reagan always wanted to make sure his library was more than about celebrating the past, but was also, in fact, about exploring the future, and that's just what this debate will do. We'll have a record number of candidates, 15 that show up for this debate, and they'll be debating incredibly important issues for the nation. The Reagan Library, the foundation, is just really pleased to be hosting it, and we look forward to a huge viewing audience and putting our best foot forward for everyone that's coming.
A benefit of hosting a presidential debate is the coverage the Reagan Library receives by the media. It is a great way for us to showcase our campus to people around the world who then may be inspired to visit us to learn more about Ronald Reagan and the American presidency.
So I've been watching presidential debates since I was a teenager. And 1984, when I was 15, was the first year I really got into politics, watching the Democratic debates, watching President Reagan debate Walter Mondale, the ultimate winner of the nominating contest on the Democratic side. So I have to say, this is such an honor to be here at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum moderating this debate. I wish I could go back and show this to my 15-year-old self. This is what you're going to be doing in 2015. The people here at the library have been great, and it is such an amazing setting. It reminds the voters and the candidates of just what's at stake here. This isn't just about talking points. This is about the potential for greatness, the potential to make a huge lasting impact, not just on the country, but on the world. So thank you so much for allowing me here to moderate the debate.
4 years ago, in similar circumstances to this, I asked you, the American people, a question. I asked, are you better off than you were 4 years before? The answer to that obviously was no, and as a result, I was elected to this office. I think we've given the American people back their spirit. I think there's an optimism in the land and a patriotism, and I think that we're in a position once again to heed the words of Thomas Paine, who said, we have it in our power to begin the world over again.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this Inside the Reagan Library video. See you soon.